This video is sponsored by Aura. It's August 8th, 2022. A software engineer employed at LastPass falls for a phishing attack. His computer is now compromised with a keylogger, and the attackers gain access to the company's cloud-based development infrastructure. They steal some source code and other sensitive data, and then try to gain access to more valuable information. For 4 days, the keylogger remains hidden on his computer until the security team at LastPass are alerted of some suspicious activity, most likely regarding suspicious logins. That same day, another employee is compromised, and immediately the team tries to contain the breach. Almost 2 weeks pass, and Kareem Tubba, the CEO of LastPass, comes out with a statement regarding what actually happened. He said that the attackers didn't gain access to any customer information, that only the development sector was breached, which is separate from the production environment, and that the breach was contained now with no further evidence of unauthorized activity. Only, this wasn't true at all. On September 8th, another 2 weeks later, the mysterious group behind the attack began working again. They gain access to LastPass's Amazon servers, and over the next few weeks they copy 5 large backup database shards. Another 7 days go by, and LastPass updates their initial statement. There is no evidence of any threat act or activity beyond the established timeline. We can also confirm that there is no evidence that this incident involved any access to customer data or encrypted password vaults. They still had no idea customer data for over 25 million users was being extracted right under their noses. 42 days later, LastPass finally realizes their Amazon servers had been breached. These were the servers that hosted customer information, and it was clear now that this breach would have a major effect on the future of the company. The CEO ponders on how to announce the bad news to LastPass users. He comes out with an announcement that mainly stated 2 things. The first was that the attackers gained access and copied a backup of LastPass's customer database. This database contained both encrypted and unencrypted account information, as well as other user-related configurations like 2-step verification. The second was that these encrypted fields remain secured with 256-bit AES encryption and can only be decrypted with a unique encryption key derived from each user's master password. This was a disaster. After this, LastPass never updated their statement again regarding this, but the attacks wouldn't stop there. Since that late December, over 150 different individuals all had their crypto wallets drained, most of them being high-profile investors. These attacks all had something in common. They didn't use the traditional method of taking over a victim's email or phone number to access their wallets. Instead, it seemed like all these people's LastPass accounts had been hacked. Furthermore, pretty much all of them had their wallet seed phrase saved with LastPass, which is how they were able to access their victims' accounts. As of right now, investigators assume a total of $35 million have been stolen from these victims. I thought that at the time the bigger risk was losing a piece of paper with my seed phrase on it. I had it in a bank security deposit box before that, but then I started thinking, hey, the bank might close or burn down and I could lose my seed phrase. Those seed phrases sat in LastPass's vault for years. Then, this guy woke up to an alarm he'd set up to monitor his cryptocurrency addresses for any unusual activity. He had just lost $3.4 million. As of today, the group behind the attack still remain at large. Not much is known about them except they were really sophisticated in their attack and left almost no traces behind. In February 2019, a well-known Minecraft YouTuber, Calvin, had his Twitter account suspended. A user going by the alias @692 on Twitter was behind it, and his method was pretty simple. Basically, this guy had a lot of verified Twitter accounts, and when he wanted to suspend someone, he would copy their profile picture and banner, put it on his own profile and change the bio and name to match theirs as well. From there, all you had to do was send Twitter a support request claiming the account you wanted to suspend was impersonating you. Calvin made a video about this where he announced his new Twitter, and the user who suspended him decides to respond back immediately. Within 24 hours, he had managed to not only gain access to the Twitter account of the mayor of Tampa, but decided to post threats about bombing the Florida airport as well.
Imagine you get mad at somebody over Minecraft and your instant reaction is to just break the law.
In the tweets, he tags Calvin, Mezoid, and Sheepkiller69, framing all of them for the hack and most importantly the fucking bomb threats. He also tweeted out almost every racial slur he knew, but there's no need to look at that in this video. But who was this fucking kid behind this stupid attack? Well, after no investigation, police revealed the kid behind the hack and constant Twitter harassment was Shane Sonderman. It wasn't hard to find him at all. He even had his first name on the @692 account and @Badger on Instagram. He also had an online history of swatting and harassing young girls who wouldn't obey to his wishes, one of the girls being as young as 13. However, after this, not much was heard from Shane until April 2020, the year after. In 2007, Mark Herring, a retired software developer, had signed up for the Twitter handle @Tennessee less than a year after the platform had launched. Little did he know, this would be the cause of his death more than a decade later. It's April 27th, 2020. The Nashville Police Department received a call from a man claiming to be Herring. The man described how he had allegedly murdered a woman he met on a dating app and had now armed his house with pipe bombs. The police rushed to the address, obviously believing there was a real emergency, and when they arrived, Herring went out onto his porch to see what the hell was going on. I guess this situation scared the living shit out of him, because shortly after this he collapsed and died from a heart attack. And all of that happened just because Shane Sonderman wanted his Twitter handle.
How much money are they selling these handles for?
It's like $3,000, $4,000, like pennies compared to a life.
Shane was arrested shortly after Herring's death and was let go of bail in June 2020. However, as soon as this happened, he literally just started doing the same shit again. He started targeting Valerie DeZono, who owned another really rare Instagram account, @VD. Because of this, she had been harassed by various users for years, and she said that after Shane began harassing her, she started getting food and pizzas delivered to her house up to 6 times a day. Then one night, she opened her front door after hearing some noise outside and saw 6 police vehicles with guns aimed at her. Shortly after this incident, Shane's bail was revoked, and he pled guilty to the swatting attack of Mark Herring, Valerie DeZono, as well as 90 other instances. He was then sentenced to 5 years in prison at the age of 19, and because of him, Florida has now raised their maximum punishment from swatting attacks to 15 years and a $10,000 fine. Yeah, that's it. Peace.
Blow bands, blow bands, blow bands. Blow bands, blow bands, blow bands. Check my pants, they say true, man.